Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Coach Demond Cowens, man. I'm here with a special guest, man. Herman Alston Jr., one of the most elite combo guards of New Jersey, man. Coming out of Kane University High School, 20 over 2,000 points in college. I mean, yo, I know Herm from a different level because he's one of the OGs. But let's just welcome Herm Alston Jr., the Herminator, to the show.
Appreciate it.
Absolutely, man. It's all love.
Appreciate that.
So I just want to just get right into it, man. Like when I first watched you play, I was in the other end of those buckets because I was a young cat, and we were playing the East Orange Program League. And this was the time you was playing with Exit Realty, and I didn't really know who you were because we had an age difference, and right. I'm like, yo. Who is this dude so fast, jumping like this pull-up jump shot game crazy? I'm like, yo, I'm young buck. I ain't got nothing to do. I'm thinking I'm young and he old and I got a little, nah. I couldn't do nothing with you, and I had to be maybe about 20, 21. And I think you was a little, I'm like, dang, man, this dude is so good. And then people started, and then I started, as a young baller, I started doing my research and asking, like, yo, where you play that and this and that, blah, blah, blah. And then people start telling me that every summer when we played in that program league, I used to always look out like, here come Herm, here come Ab, here come Bob. I'm like, man, y'all was tough as nails, man. And, I just want to thank you, for coming on to the show. Man, we're going to get into some real important topics. I'm not going to talk too much because you have so much experience, and there's things that I'm going to learn, and I'm sure that the world's going to learn as well. So before we get started, I just want to say that make sure everybody follow him on IG. All right, weapon_H fitness_coaching. All right, make sure you guys follow him. Okay, he also has a new book out. All right, Okay, Jump Shots, Journeys, and Reinvention. All right, okay, real dope read. Okay, all right, so. Herm, let's just go right into it, man. I mean, let's talk about your background and anything you want to add to that.
Well, my background, because I always get the question a lot, like, how did you end up in D3 and all these different? So for me, I really got on basketball late because I just was doing so much other stuff. I was like had straight A's in school, so I was just dabbling. I was out on the street all the time. So we always played ball out on the street, all the playgrounds, but I never played organized until my senior year in high school. So I played 1 year.
Oh, time out. Let me make sure that people understand what you just said, bro. Yeah. You never played organized basketball. You was basically a student and you were an athlete, but you didn't play organized basketball until you said your senior year of high school.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So that kind of would set me back a little bit as far as getting that notoriety because we didn't have social media, so we couldn't just put stuff out there. So you had to go everywhere to play. I mean, I'm sure you remember that because you still was part of that era.
Yeah, absolutely.
We had to go to New York. We had to go to Philly. We had to go to Ohio. Well, I mean, wherever we went, we had to go play. But sure. I got there, but it was because first of all, University High didn't have a basketball team my first 2 years. So I would have had to play at either, which would be my local high school, would have been Velsburg. And I was taking 2 buses, so I just couldn't get there in time to make practices or anything. So I just kind of just played out on the street. And then I got with Avat. I ended up meeting him. And he was actually trying to work as far as getting me over Shabazz, but it ended up not working out. So then my senior year, I finally got myself on track and went to work from there.
So real quick, man, just to reference that, you're talking about Anthony Avant, the hoop at Shabazz. End up playing pro. And that would have been crazy, man. What?
Yeah.
You fast?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, man. That would have been sick because they had people there as well. They had Reggie Collins. Who else they had? They had quite a few guys. They had a squad.
They had a squad over there.
Need to add to it, but yeah, it would have been a monster squad over there. But things work out the way they work out, and I no regrets.
Question is though, like you went to university, you played 1 season, and then you go to Kane. At the time, I think it was Kane College or whatever. But the question is, like, did the coaches from Kane recruit, or did any other NJACs see you? Like, how did that work?
So from the 1 year, not a lot of teams was really checking. They see that he put up numbers, but he was the only 1 year, so we're not a total believer in that. So that started my whole mindset of, all right, that chip on my shoulder. Now I got to go at everybody. So that's what kind of got that going. Yeah, that got it going. But Kane ended up happening because of my man Eric George. He was going there because his brother Tate had just made in the league at that time because he was at UConn. He hit that shot. So, but Eric ended up not getting the D1 offer, but so he ended up going to Kane. They was related to Carnegie, and he said, "Look, man, I got a guy that's no one is recruiting that he knew of. You need to come check him out." And lo and behold, Carnegie comes. He sees me, find out he knows my dad because my pops used to play. So that's how that ended up getting worked. Even though Stockton State came for me too, Jerry Matthews. So it was Stockton State and Kane as far as the NJAC. And one D2 was kind of looking at me, Winston-Salem at that time, and with Big House Gaines. But that just, I would have to come in as a walk-on. It'd be better for me to stay here.
Right. And I mean, your mentality, like you said, you had the chip on your shoulder. Man, I don't care what level you playing, bro. You scored 2,000 points in school, especially not getting all the varsity experience. But you went there, you had to have a certain type of mentality. What type of mentality did you have when you got to that experience, when you got there?
When I got to Kane, it was just like, I shouldn't even be here. That was kind of like my mentality. I shouldn't be here. I was like, I shouldn't be here. So now I got to make everybody see. You got Rutgers down the street. You got Seton Hall. I said, now I got to make everybody see that he was legit. Even we got the Road Runners with Sandy and the Newark. Why? Because I didn't play none of that. So I was like, now just out here, I got to prove my worth. And I didn't even start my freshman year. I was coming off the bench. One of the seniors ended up getting hurt. That was it.
And once you step into that role,
yeah, he had to come off the bench as a senior, bro.
You went crazy. Went crazy.
It was no turning back. So,
wow.
NJAC,
So
and you know the NJAC. NJAC is one of the best Division III conferences I've seen, because I know a lot of them could beat a lot of D2 schools and some D1s.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I had to run in when I was playing D2, right. And we played Ramapo, and they had this dude named Charles Ransom. And let me tell you something, that was a scrimmage that I will never forget, because the work they put on us, I was like, yo, this is crazy. So that's the thing. People that know, you don't sleep on NJACs. You don't sleep on, the NJAC, man. You don't do that, because it's some hoopers, man. It's some real hoopers.
I mean, even me, I had to learn that lesson, because I'm thinking, it's D3 is Cam. I'm about to come in here and I was like, oh no, there's some players here. We had Jersey State, then because I ran to that kid Greg Grant. See, Greg Grant was still around when I came. And that was a story all on his own, because we just
on his own.
This kid Greg Grant.
Yeah.
So we warming up, and they get I see a guy out there shooting, be about 6'8". It's like, oh, taking a jump shot. I said, okay, that must be Greg. Left hand joker doing this move.
Yeah.
Like, okay. So we don't see most of the guys. We come out, they introducing the lineups, and they introduced the guy was Glover. We was like, so damn, if that joker was Glover, who is Greg? We see him. We walk out, see this little 5'7" dude. Like we said, come on, man, this is not the joker that's scoring 30 a game. We about to give it to this joker, bruh. That joker went up there and ran through all our guards, bruh. That most gave us the business. He had to give us about at least 40, bro.
Wow.
Lightning quick, stop on the dime, pulling up. I mean, we tried to be physical with him the whole nine. Man, it's time you tried to hit the joker. He was too damn fast to hit him. I said, yo, my bad, NJAC. That was my welcome to the NJAC moment, man. I was like, yo, I'd never not respect any type of basketball ever again. So that was my lesson.
Wow. Well, yeah, man, that's real. That was like the welcome, your welcome to NJAC moment.
Yes, sir. Big time. I was like, well, this joke is different. At 5'7", I was like,
at 5'7".
5'7". And he got about maybe 6 years in the league though. So Greg was like the
wow.
first one. Yeah. He was with the Knicks, Sixers, a few teams. And he got enough. He got his pension the whole nine. Yo, he was in the league for a nice little while.
Oh wow. That's
Yeah.
that's tough. That's real tough. So let's talk about, man, another thing. Going from, Division 3, came doing your thing there, and then your next steps. What was the next thing?
The next step, because we didn't know anything about pro. We just knew we wanted to. We didn't know nothing about the agents, the whole nine. So, I had a few agents coming up to the school, and I ended up picking the guy, George Johnson, because I'm like, he played for the Nets. I remembered him. He played for the Nets. I had this Joker basketball card. I said, this Joker up here to check me. Oh, bet. What's up? That's good,
Right.
So he got me into camp with the Nets. But at that time, I was even able to see. I was still a little raw. So I wasn't quite ready for the league at that point. And so I went overseas for a couple of years, refined my game, then came back. And that's when the stuff with the Knicks happened and the Celtics and all that stuff came about. It was after a couple of years of honing everything overseas. But professionally it was again always a proving ground, man. I don't
Proving
care
ground.
You was constantly having to prove yourself because you came from 3. Like that just never left until maybe about 10 years in when I was just established over there. But every year, what college he went to? Kane. Oh yeah, well he did the Knicks and Nets, all this other stuff, but Division 3. So it was always like each country I went to, it was like almost like I was starting over again.
Each country, because of the college you went to, they just saw the name and was like, we don't know the school. Like, what? Right. So like you said, it was a consistent, you had to prove yourself every time until you got established.
Yeah, because my very first contract in Portugal, it was a tryout contract. So it was a trial for like 2, they had me like there for like 2 weeks, and we'll make a decision on whether we're gonna sign them for the year. Bro, day two, they was signing the contract.
So, let me tell y'all something. Make no mistake. Yeah. I'm over here for a reason, yo. I'm not over here just
man. We got I'm this D3. We don't have that luxury because we can't be here with everybody. We can't be this much better than everybody, man. We got to be like considerably better for us to get that actual look.
To get that nod. To get that look, to get the look, and then get the nod.
Yeah, it wasn't coming like that, man. We had to earn every step we took.
Now, how many years did you play pro?
18.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, long time.
In my mind, I said about 15, but you said 18.
Yeah.
18.
I was 41 when I finally went on and walked away. And they offered me to come back. I just couldn't do it anymore, man. I just was like, man, come on, man. Yeah, you said, Herm, you don't have to practice. You just play the games. I said, man, I can't do the game like that. I just couldn't. I couldn't do the game like that. I had to work so hard for everything, like giving it easy. I didn't feel comfortable.
Yeah. You it was like you said. Now I don't feel comfortable because I done worked so hard on my life, and now y'all giving me you like, yo, y'all know y'all giving me my flowers, but yo, I just can't get it I can't do it like that.
Yeah, I could. If I can't play at a certain level, like I feel I can, I can't do it no more.
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, but man, the fact that you went on to 41, man, that goes to just even your health, keep recovery, your eating, your the conditioning, the exercise, and the stretching. Let's talk about that wellness, because everybody, not everybody. There's only a small amount of people that first play pro, but also last even 4 or 5 years. You lasted 18. So let's talk about your regimen. Let's get into it, because I know you're a certified pro trainer. And every time I see you post something, I say, yo, man, I got to figure out first what he's doing, follow it, so that when I'm your age, I'm still, I'm still put together. So let's talk about your regimen. Let's talk about your regimen, man.
Whew. So pretty much every day in the morning, it's like, all right, I get up, I get that meditation in, like start right up here, yo. Everything starts with upstairs, yo. You got to get your mind set to be able to do anything because you got to look past being 50. You got to look past being 40, look past 30. You just come in with that mentality. I can still do everything. That's how I get started. Then it's like the eating, the workout, because I get right up and work. I actually work. My first workout is before I even eat. So I'm getting the workout in with one of my groups. So I work out with them. Then I do a few things. Then I get my meal, either a smoothie with protein in it or a little heavy protein meal, because I like to get heavy protein early and try to break it down as the day go along. So I go from heavy and eat lighter as the day go. Because that's the difference where I changed between being young and then once I started, getting up there a little bit in age, it shifted the way I ate. So that was one of the biggest keys for me, because we ate breakfast and we just kept eating. We ate big dinners because we were burning off so much energy because we was playing ball. So we needed a lot more energy than the everyday person. So as I stopped playing ball, I started seeing a lot of my guys like blowing up.
Right.
Because it was like everybody was still eating the same, but we wasn't burning the same. So that's what it ended up coming down to, because we wasn't practicing 2 times a day, so we couldn't do the same things we was doing. So I ended up figuring out, okay, break that down throughout the day. Then now I'm sleeping, now I'm ready. It's not staying on me at night. Now I'm burning throughout the day. My metabolism is faster, and it's still at the same. Because I went through my whole career, I missed 1 game, and that's going back into high school. That's going back into high school.
Oh, stop. Hold on, man. That right there. Like that right there sounds absolutely insane. Wait. You said you missed 1 game.
Yeah, and that was the last
18. That was what you said. What you say back in high school, right?
Yeah, back to high school. I just never missed games.
Oh, so 1 game you missed in high school. College, you never missed a game.
No. I didn't miss any in high school. The 1 game that I missed was pretty much my last regular season of my regular season of my pro career, because we were already in the playoffs and they just kind of sat me because I had a little bit of hamstring tightness. But
that wasn't even like in a situation of like a real some type of injury or something. That was like your last towards the last year. Bro, hold on. Tommy, let's do the math here for a second. All right, so 18-year career pro, 4 years college, and you had the 1 year. Okay, yo, what are we talking about right now? What is that?
It's a lot. It's a lot.
Is that 23 years?
Yeah, 23 years.
That's 23 years?
Yep.
And you missed 1 game?
1 game, man. And not to say I didn't have minor injury, but it wasn't enough to keep me out. It wasn't enough
to keep you out.
Right. I was thankful I never did none of the ACLs and none of that stuff, man. I was real fortunate. One, I did take care of myself, and then sometimes it's just fortunate, because sometimes you can take care of yourself and things.
Yeah, sure.
Happen, man. And so it was some fortunate, and then just taking care of myself where I didn't have too many nagging injuries, nothing that lingered on. Because even now, I'm still don't have it. I mean, I didn't even had the last time I even had a cold, I was probably about 26, 27. So.
Oh, come on, man. So you gotta tell me. You gotta tell me something here. You gotta tell me something here, man. You gotta tell me something, man. Listen, when you guys check out his book, the intro, you talk about, Herm coming from the projects, man. And it's interesting how, like, we talk about like you said, your mindset, the mental aspect of it. Like, man, I gotta make sure, I gotta double down and check your IG again, because I'm hoping you putting up tips for people and then also promoting your book along with that, because, bro, that longevity is what, like, LeBron pays $1 million a year for his body, right?
Right.
Yeah. He's spending $1 million a year for his body, his fitness, his recovery. You said the last time you had a cold, you talking about was almost 25 years ago.
Yeah. And some of it crazy, because some as I learned, like some stuff I was doing, didn't even realize what I was actually doing before I started really focusing on getting into fitness. Like, okay, I've been doing this, so that's why this is working a certain way. And being in Europe, the food was different. So that actually played a big part in it. Because here, you got the drumsticks look like the size of this damn microphone, where over there they were small. When I first got there, I was like, yo, what's this little chicken? What's this little stuff over here? I'm not to eat a whole chicken by myself just to get full or whatever. But not even realizing, because everything was a lot fresher there. They didn't have the preservatives in it. You had to eat everything faster, but it was doing wonders for my body without me even realizing. As I started reading it, I went back like, oh, I was doing it without even knowing. And they
diet, man.
Diet is major. Diet is major for anything, man. Diet, and then how much, and then regulating how much you eat at a time. I mean, everybody, you're gonna have fun sometime. We already know about that. You're gonna go out and everybody gonna have, you can do that. But for the most part, you want to have a steady regimen and stay on that regimen, and your body will take care of it. So your body adjusts to it, and you have to do it a little at a time, especially if you got the weight already and you're trying to lose. A lot of these quick fixes is not going to work, because it's going to jump right back, because now your body goes to shock. And the first thing you eat is going to try to put it back fat instead of the muscle that you thought you was trying to gain.
Yep.
So that nutrition is major, man, because you, like the old saying, you can't out-train a bad diet, bro.
You can't out-train a bad diet. Man, that's real. That's so real. That's so real.
And, I don't want people to think, you gotta be all the time. I mean, it's just that you can't. You just, when you do your stuff, just don't overdo it. Do everything in moderation. You can have that cake here and there. You can have that drink here and there, whatever. But it's got to be in moderation. You can't be doing it all the time, man.
Yeah, you can't be doing it all the time, because it all adds up and catch up to you.
Yeah, and then every quarter of the year, like pretty much every season, I will do like a type of cleanse to start each season up. So just whatever I do, clean out any toxins, reset the body with the start of the new season. So whether it's spring, winter, fall,
Well, you know what, man? That's important, to hear that, because when I used to coach high school, my high school athletes, I used to always tell them, like, basically, like, guys, your diet is important, because you want to play at a certain level, but you going to the chicken shack, you going over here eating all these fries, you going over here going to the bagel spots before games, and then I'm telling you, yo, you got to move, yo. Come on, you got to hustle, yo. You ain't got enough, because you done put all that bad food in your system, so you're not even moving right. And yeah.
Because at that age, you should be able to burn through anything. But if you keep putting all that stuff in you, because we grew up, our parents made food, or we had whatever we had.
Yeah, that's what we had.
We it's still, somehow we still made it work. It was still as best as we can get. We made it good stuff. But now they just have so much access to bad food. It's just that's all they're eating. I don't like that healthy stuff. That mentality stays in, and you can say LeBron. Look at LeBron. LeBron, he's not eating like that, but it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Quick funny story. One time, man, real. I was coaching, and a kid, I'd never seen this before, ordered DoorDash to the game. I was like, yo, what?
Yeah.
I was like, yo, this is wild, man. It wasn't anything healthy. I was like, come on, man. Crazy.
Yeah, they don't.
So let's go into, what are your thoughts about what's going on today's game with basketball? Like, what are your thoughts?
Ooh, the NBA today. Let me just say this, man. I can barely stomach regular season. Playoffs is actually pretty good, because that everybody's serious. They're taking it serious. They go a little harder, but I can't watch regular season, bro. And I love basketball, man. Love it to no end, but I can't watch that mess, man, because they just sitting up there. It's like, all right, this one chucked the three, they chucked the three, they chucked the three, they chucked the three. I was like, yo, is anybody going to do the ball? Is anybody going to drive? No mid ranges. I mean, It's like drive, kick, shoot, or crossover, step back shot. And you know, all right, I get it. The game changed, got a different skill set, but I came up. We watched Dr. J.
Yeah,
you know, I was one of the guys. You know, we watched that era, the Dr. J, Down Dogs, all of them. So when Mike and them came, it was new to us, but we loved the game so much. I was able to. We watched it. You know, Mike just turned it to another level for me. That just kind of just made us want to play ball. But we respected. You know, we knew they respected the game. They knew who came before them. They respect. Now it's almost like they don't respect what came before. Now, I don't have a problem with that's. You know, y'all want to play the game. Y'all want to play, but they don't seem to respect what came before them. So that's why I think the game looks a certain way.
Yeah, I agree 100%. You know, but that also comes from being a student of the game.
Yeah.
Like, you know, a lot of these guys, man, don't even know the history. You know, now with analytics and this and that.
Yeah. Ooh, them analytics is something. They can be helpful, but now they rely too much on it.
That's right. It's the balance of it is off. It's
right.
off. You know, when you hear guys literally saying the coach said to me, don't take any mid-range jump shots. Your job is to shoot the three, and your job is to make sure you play defense. Like, your job is to shoot the three. So, Dak, I can't catch the ball, rip through, and get to a pull-up? Nah, your job is to shoot the three.
I'm looking at the analytics, and they said they'd rather you shoot a three than a mid-range. It's not a hard shot. I said it's the easier shot. I say, hold up, bro. I made my career off the mid-range.
That's what I was about to say.
I made my career off of that because you pump fake three, boom, you pulling up. That's 15 foot. You mean to tell me 30-foot shot is easier than the 15? What's next? You're gonna tell me the layup is not a high percentage shot? I don't get that, bro. I don't get that at all. That one just amazed me. We always went for high percentage shots because I want to score. Because you never know your situation. You might only get 5 to 10 shots. I want them joints to count.
I want them to count.
If I'm on a team where I'm getting 20 some shots, okay, that's something different. But that wasn't always the case. So you had to make it count. So they're like, wait a minute, he getting half the shots. He's still scoring 20. Maybe we got to get him some more. Because I made sure when I took the shot, it was a good shot.
Absolutely.
And play the percentage. Closer you get, the better. You know, we shot threes, but it wasn't like at this clip. Like half my shots not going to be three. You letting me open, that's something different. But
it's so interesting. You got to kind of sometimes question the decision makers about the game, right? You say to yourself, wait a minute, man, this doesn't seem like you ever really played this game. Like you really understand what's going on.
Right.
Like, you know, it's okay. We can understand the mathematics and science, but there's certain things about the game that you never really felt before. You never been through. So how you making, calling shots on this right here?
Yeah, man. It's mind-boggling. Sometimes I see the situations put in, how they attack them. I'm like, that's what it is.
I could tell you, man, this last playoffs, I love the fact that it was two small market teams and they played like dogs out there.
They got busy. Yep. I enjoyed it way more than and it was crazy. The MVP of the league is a throwback player.
How many times
how many times he get into that lane, he pulling up the mid-range?
Killing them. Creating separation. Pull-up game.
And one thing is because of analytics, it's almost like they're not expecting him to shoot it, even though you watching tape and you see him doing it for 82 goddamn games. 82. It's like y'all still think he's going to pull the three. I said,
right. Nope.
Yep. Go slender right around you. Up, pull up. He slender right around. You big man step out, I'll swing around you, get the layup. And if y'all back up, then I'll shoot the three. But
the other part about it, right? So as students of the game, right? Now, if I was still playing the game of basketball, I would be like, okay, I'm going to study what he's doing from a fundamental perspective, right? I'm going to study what SGA does from a fundamental perspective, because you may not have the height, you may not have his length, athleticism, but guess what? Those different moves, those separation moves, if you're working on that in your pull-up game, you're going to have a shot as a good high school ball player. At least a high school ball player, you're working on that.
Mm-hmm.
So that leads me to the next thing.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't really gone too much on basketball trainers too much, because I hear a lot of the content that's out there. And first and foremost, before I get into this, is no disrespect to any trainer out there that's getting your money. Okay,
Right.
no disrespect to you.
You
You out there, bro. I'm not gonna knock your hustle. I'm not gonna knock your money. Okay, I'm not gonna do that. All right, but I am gonna speak from my perspective, and also Herm is gonna speak from his perspective on what's going on out here right now in terms of basketball training. Because if you have a player or their parents and they're spending or investing their money into basketball training, but they don't really know like what it really means, what the kid should be doing, and even if the trainer, what's the experience of the basketball trainer? Did they ever play? Did they ever have a proven record of their basketball training? How long have they been doing it? Is there certain plans for positions? What is their expertise, right? Before you decide to do that. So I'm going to let Herm go in, because I know you got a lot of things going on, and we can just go ahead and just talk about your thoughts on the world of basketball trainers.
So we're going to start off with one, like you said, credentials. You don't necessarily have to always play, because as you see some of the, well, I don't want to say play, but at least be a part of a team. That's one of the prerequisites. I mean, you don't have to be the star guy, because a lot of the time the best coaches are guys that sat on the bench because they watched the game a lot more. So I have no problem with that, but I do think you should have some type of experience playing the game, because a lot of stuff that happens on the court, you have this you want to do, you have this one to do, but a lot of it is feel. Defense may play you a certain way. You may have to do something else. You can't do that move you just worked on 100 times. Like, do this move 100 times and you're real good at that move, but what happens when they cut that off? So one of the things I do when I train, when I have basketball skills, I'm giving you counters for everything. I'm giving you a move. I'm giving you a counter to this move. And then you're going to at least have 5 to 6 counters off one move. So if you did a move from me, it's going to be about 5 or 6 more things coming at the very beginning until you master all of them before we start moving on to something else. Because I'd like to make sure you have the ability to be able to see. And then not only that I'm giving you the counters, then I'm going to step out there with you and play deep a certain way just to see if you're doing it without me telling you. Are you doing it? Are you robotically doing it, or are you actually feeling the game? So that's one of the things that I think need to be worked on a lot more. Also, I think we were talking about that on Facebook the other day. I think Vince Robinson put it up as far as film study. So that one, I was kind of like, I saw it's kind of hard to incorporate that, because you're going to be, they don't really want to pay for that. Or the kid actually doesn't want to sit, but I'm encouraging it, and I'm going to I keep pushing it anyway, because you really need to see what is going on. You got a move, but most of them don't even know why they're doing it. They're just doing it because the trainer told them to do the move. Why? Why did you going right? Why am I stepping back? Why am I pushing through it? We create space, but are you telling them that? Are they doing it to create space, or are you just doing moves just to be doing moves? See, it always, for me, it's an explanation for every single move or every single thing that you do. There should be an explanation for it. This one is to get a little separation on space. This one I'm stepping to the side, so now I can see whether I can take an angle to go into the basket. Once I get by somebody, your first thing is, now that guy should be cut off. If I'm by you, you're out of the play.
Right. You put him right. You put him right. Yep. You put him in jail right there. You ain't getting by me, bro.
I see so many times guys are driving and they right on the angle, and the guy can catch up and they're in the play defensively. Once I get by the guy, he's out of the play. Help has to come. Now you got the decision whether you're passing, scoring, but he's out of it. So it's just a lot of little basic things. But the start without any of that other stuff is the fundamentals.
Oh, you gotta have the
I
fundamentals.
see so many doing all these moves, and this one he doesn't even have a left hand. He can't do the same thing on both sides. So if I see something I give you and you can't do on both sides, then we got to go back to the basics.
You know what's funny, right? So I'm glad you said this because, see, you know, if I videotape, if I did clips of just fundamental work and put them on social media, guess what? People will be like, "That's boring. That's
boring.
not." But the boring work is the basics that you build on.
That's the foundation, and that's actually the real work.
That's the real work.
It's not going to be fun. Some of the stuff is just not going to be fun. You got to get the basic before you start doing all this stuff. And like I put on the post, they'll watch the highlight. Oh man, he leaned and did the dunk, or he two-hand, da da da. I said, how did he get there? How did he get to the point where he's dunking on somebody? He jab step, went that way. He crossed, went back way. Or he went straight, one quick step, one dribble, and he's at the basket. Because one thing I learned about the pro game, as somebody who dunked the ball a lot, you got to do it in less moves as possible. You got one dribble, two dribbles. You got to take out
less moves. Yeah.
Or that help is coming. They throwing that. Oh, they gonna throw that up out there. Yeah, it's one or two move, boom, boom. You gotta get there fast and make your decisions quick. That's where I noticed about the pro game. The decision has to be super quick.
Yo, I used to, you know, that's why right now it's crazy, man. When you see the trainers teaching the 5 or 6 dribble moves, man, and I'm like, yo, against good help defense, against good teams, that stuff doesn't work at all. Like, can you beat your man 2 dribbles or less? Can you get that? Boom, boom. Yo, I'm at the basket, or yo, I'm right into my pull up. Yo, what we doing? Like, you know, so when I see that, I say some of this is just for the social media highlight fun, you know, the selling of it, right? The salesmanship of it. But at the end of the day, when we watch the fundamentally high level guys that play college, that play pro, they get right to it, man. So my thing is, this is, I think, an aspect when you talk about the film study, you know, as Coach Robinson, Vince Robinson, you know, added. Why do guys not incorporate film study? I think you first got to have a certain type of kid that wants to be a student of the game to watch, because if it ain't a highlight, if it ain't something exciting, their attention span, they're not going to want to be engaged, right? It's very small. All the screen time and everything that's going on in the world, it's like their dopamine levels is not enough to reach, you know, to create that basically that engagement.
Right.
So I think that's the point. I think another point is, you know, like you said, the cost factor. How do you incorporate that into your session? Like if you're charging 60, 70, 80, whatever it is, $100 per session, are you saying we're going to do a 30 minutes here and then an hour workout? And now you got to incorporate that. How many people are willing to pay for that or have the means to do that? Mm-hmm. You know, so that comes up, you know, in some cases. But I think that, you know, there's something that I think from watching, from reading that, I may incorporate something where at least, hey, if a kid has the Huddle account, the Genesis account, whatever they have, and they have a game, hey, listen, I'll break it down. I'll do voiceovers to help you, you know, and that way you can see X, Y, and Z. Because that's what we did when as a coach, as a high school coach. Hey, yo, we got film sessions, man.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, man, you're over penetrating here. You're not swinging the ball to the open man here. You're not reading you're not making the right reads. You're not hustling. Blah blah blah. All these little things that it helps the player, you know. But how about this? And I'm gonna let you go. How about this, Herm? When you first started watching film of yourself, what did that do to your game? Were you just watching film of yourself?
Right. The first thing with that, you have to watch it honestly. That's the first thing. That's the fact. I remember go back to some of the team film sessions where you go, you wasn't here, you didn't do. I said, Coach, yeah, man, I was there. Then you get up there in that film, you see your ass wasn't over. You didn't rotate. And like, you know, that one thing, film does not lie. So you have to look at it from the perspective of listen, you got to be able to self-critique yourself. Bottom line. So if you're coming in there with that attitude, then you'll pick up a lot of things. Because I was like, oh, I could have went to the left on this one a little harder because I forced it right. I got in this time, I could have kicked out or even dropped to the big guy. I pulled and I end up missing the shot. So you got to be able to see the things that you're doing wrong, not just watch it to see the things that you did right. That make
right.
You got to look at it. I'm looking at more of the things I did wrong, more so the things I know what I did right. It showed in the box score. I want to know what I did wrong to improve on next time, not making those same mistakes.
And it's very interesting that you just put that point on because you just said that point because we're such in a this Instagram, just Insta, like it's hard for a kid or a player to be honest because they're so used to only seeing what they're doing well or they're not seeing what they're not doing well. So it's like, wait a minute. What does it say? It's the identity thing. What does it say about me if my game is getting broken down to all the mistakes that I'm making? Right? I used to have film sessions, and I used to try not to be harsh, but I used to tell kids, like, listen, in the games, we're telling you certain things, and you're looking at us like crazy. I said, all right, now it's time to watch the film. And I was like, remember this point in the game? And I said, hey, man, yo, you just standing, you just watching. Like everything's supposed to just come to you. Yeah, I'm telling you to cut. I'm telling you I gotta get the rebound. I'm telling you got to hustle back on D. Well, I did get back on D. All right, here go the film right here.
Right.
Get back on D.
Court.
No. Yo, you got to be, where you at on the help side, man? I was there. No, you didn't come on the help side. Did you help the helper?
Nope.
I'm yelling to you to help the helper. You didn't drop back to take that pass. So it's like, the film does not lie. But I like what you started with. You said you had to be honest with yourself.
Yep. And you got to have.
You got to be honest.
You got to have thick skin. You can't be. Because if somebody tell you something, you don't know what you're talking about. I'm going to give me another trainer. All right. I mean, that is what it is. But you're going to have to. What do you think is going to happen at some point, man? These coaches are, once the higher level you get, these coaches not going to give a damn what you was talking about. All right, go ahead and give them transfer portal. Bye. It'll be somebody else coming in here to take your place.
Yep. They'll be saying to you, hey, man, you go ahead and hop in that portal. Yeah, you need to go ahead and hop in that portal.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, you got it.
You have to be able to take, if you plan on becoming better, criticism is just going to be part of it because no one is perfect. There's never been a perfect basketball player. Much as I love he wasn't perfect. Everybody made mistakes, bro.
Everybody.
You have to be able to hear when you don't do something right.
So let me ask you, man, because you just brought up a topic that I want to just share, just talk to you about. Let's talk about the transfer portal for a moment, right? So being that when you were playing Division III, had they had the transfer portal back when you were hooping, and after you sat down that senior?
Yeah, I probably would have jumped in. I ain't gonna sit up here and lie. I probably would have after my second year. I probably would have jumped in it, but it was, it was an opportunity. Then now they got the NIL as well. So I mean, But one thing, like I do think the transfer portal can help in some situations, but I also think it's a crutch for a lot of people because I'm like, coach, he ain't playing me. I'm jumping in the portal, and you didn't put the work in. That's why you didn't get the playing time. So it's a double-edged sword. It could be good, but also it's a crutch for more so than a lot of them. Like you're not getting the playing time you wanted, or you think I should be playing more, and this guy's playing more than me, but he's working harder. He's after the practice over. He's putting up shots. He's coming early.
Yeah,
you going to hang out with the fellas. I mean,
yeah.
At what point are you going? You're a player. You've been to 4 different schools in 4 years. What do you think coaches are going to think? Coaches are going to think you're the problem. Every now and again,
it ain't the system.
It's not the system. Every now and again, it can happen. But if you're a player that's switching every year, it's you.
Especially if you Yeah, especially if you switch it and you're blaming the coach or you're blaming whatever the program is. Like, if you're switching because you're blaming the coach of the program, but you done been through already 3 schools in 3 years.
Yeah. At some point, you have
to
take it upon yourself. Because I get it. I mean, even if you went and said, I went there, but I ended up finding out that it wasn't a good fit for me. Okay. I can get up with that. Sometimes that does happen. You think you want to go to a school, you get there, you see you're not a fit for their system. I want to go to another system. But when you start blaming why, then I'm gonna look at you. So
yeah, because something ain't always there, you know. And you know what, I got different thoughts about the transfer portal, you know, because I know players have jumped in and never came out. They went in, never came out.
Yeah.
Then you have
you're still in the portal. Season started. You still in the portal. Yeah.
Yeah. Ain't nobody messing with you. You stuck. You stuck. And then you had some guys where they leveled up. You know, they leveled up. But it's always good to see when I see like a guy, Division III, Division II guy, and they get that shot Division I level and they succeed. Like, yo, I always love those stories.
Yeah.
I always love those.
Yeah. Even any underdog, even if it's a small D1, D2, I just love that underdog story because I can relate to it. So
yes, same here. Same here. So let's talk about any lasting thoughts, man. Any lasting thoughts?
One of my lasting thoughts, this is one goes out to the parents. Because I see is one of the biggest issues dealing with the basketball players nowadays anyway. First thing, parents, if you don't know, ask questions. Like before you sign on with a trainer, ask them what you bring. Even if you don't really know that much, still get all the information that you can and what you do know, or ask the people around you that may know a little more without your ego getting involved, and find out more things about what the kid is doing. So that way you can make a better decision on how you're spending your money. Another one, when you're at the games or with your kid, let the coaches coach. You can't be, we have all these, because I'm sitting in the stands, I'm there quietly. When I go to see my lady, her sons play, I sit there quietly because no one, some may know who I am, but then others don't. And I just sit back and listen. And you hear the things the parents are saying. I'm like, he don't know what he's doing. He don't do this, he don't do that. He don't do that. Why he doesn't this with this guy? He's doing this with this guy. And I'm like, what do you mean? Where you at? How many practices were you at? Because something that your kid may not be doing in practice is why he's not playing as much. He doesn't have the confidence. Yeah, sometimes you're going to have favoritism. We know that. That's part of what the game is. But a lot of times, it's just that the kid is not doing what he's supposed to be doing in practice. Ask them, how did practice go? What did you do? Were you playing defense? What were you doing on offense? Were you running the plays correctly? Because you not running the plays, you're gonna find yourself on the bench. And that's real. And the thing is that a lot of kids, from my experience, ain't telling their parents that I'm not understanding the play. I'm not being able to, do what the coach is asking me do the play. Like they're not saying that. They're like, I don't know. He's just not playing. He don't like me.
He's just not playing me. He don't like me.
He's like, find out how to incorporate your offense into the system that they're running. Are you doing that? Working on that? That's something you can take to your trainer. Look, this is what the system that we're running. How best for me to be able to score with this system? You work on that.
So it's funny, just as you say that again, man. And I train kids every now and again. I train players, and I always first, if I don't get a chance to really, before I start working with them, I always ask, what type of system your coach running? What is he looking for at your position? What is he doing? All right, what kind of system you running? Because I want to make sure that I maximize your opportunities through the system that the coach is running. What is he running? Is he running a lot of pick and roll sets, dribble handle sets, down screens? Is he open? Are you coming off UCL? What's going on here? Like, how do you think he's going to use you? But back to your point, man, about the parents. And I had these conversations all the time. And now that I'm not so much on the sideline coaching high school anymore, and I go to games, I sit back, and I, like you said, I listen, and I say, man, they would just fare so much better if they just sat back and just enjoyed the process, even if it's uncomfortable, even if it ain't what they think it should be. Because how many guys play the next level? 3%?
Not even. That's counting overseas. It was about maybe 1.5. That's counting overseas.
1.5%.
Yeah.
1.5%
millions of basketball players.
Of millions of basketball players.
Yeah.
So it's like, yo, like you said, enjoy your kid, whether they doing what you think they should do or not. At the end of the day, the effort got to be there. Like, yo, the effort got to be there. But the stands sometimes it's crazy, man.
It's crazy. I know when my nephew and my niece playing, when they come out, when the game is over, what did you do? I ain't even worried about what did you do? You didn't play today. So what did you do, or what didn't you do?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that tells me all I need to know. Because if it's not clear and concise, like, well, I was running the sets, I was cutting, I made my day, then I'll be like, okay, then maybe you got a point. But if I'm telling you, I'm asking you that, and you like, well, you wasn't doing what you were supposed to do. I've been around this game too long. I've been around this game too long. Yeah, you're not about to pull that on me. Get out of here. I remember I coached my niece one time, just a little summer league game. Yeah, I replaced the coach. Came in. I guess she thought she was gonna be playing. Sat her ass on the bench. Moms and everybody else sitting up there like, yo. I told her to do something, she ain't do it. You think it's gonna be easy for you? Cause I'm here. It's gonna be the opposite. I'm gonna be worse on you because I know what you know and what you should know. Sat her ass down. She ain't played the whole game. I ain't had no problems out of the rest of the summer. You know what I mean? So I said, you gotta be real with your kid too. You watching the game, you know, well, at least we do. You know when he out there messing up. You know when he effing up out there. Come on.
Yeah.
You done made three turnovers. You done made 3 turnovers, and you still sitting up there and telling them what? You're not gonna say stop turning the ball over? I mean, I want to hear that at least. Give me that.
At least take care of the ball.
Thank you. Oh man, pass, shoot the ball next time. That's what you're telling me. That's your advice. That's your advice because he passed it and threw it away.
And that be some of the main, that's crazy. So that be some of the main things I hear when I listen, like parents telling their kids, just shoot the ball. And you like, no. How about, work hard, play D, rebound, talk on D. Make sure your body language is good.
That's a big one. That's a huge one right there. Body language is monster. Because I sit up there in the stands with some coaches, and you see that body language, you start seeing. You don't think they're doing that, but they.
Facts. Like the body language is like, your body language affects the team. Mm-hmm. Your body language and attitude affects the team. And the worst time to go in the tank is when things are going left.
Right. Absolutely.
So as a coach sitting back and I'm recruiting you, I'm like, we're gonna go through some adversity. How are they faring during this time of adversity? Yeah. And when you see them going left or going in the tank, it's like, oh nah, we can't trust that. Because we're gonna go through some adversity.
Yep. And another thing for the parents before I get out of there, realize this. Those coaches are not just coming to see your kid. They're coming to see you too.
Facts.
They want to see how that parent acts in the stand. They want to see if that parent is a pain in the ass, because then we don't want to be bothered with that. Unless your kid just some mega, it's not even then they're gonna be hesitant. But if he's not that, they're gonna be like, okay, move on to the next. We don't want to deal with this. So that's another little piece of advice for you. Just kind of remember, not just your kid. Watch how you behave as well.
Facts. That's wonderful advice. Hopefully, some people really take a moment to process it and control their emotions, because that's what they control the emotions and the egos.
Yep, the egos. Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. I had to learn it myself. So we all go through it.
We all did.
I had to learn when to step back from the kid. Okay, look, you know what? I know I did this and I did that, but sometimes it doesn't register from me. Maybe it has to come from somebody else.
I mean, listen, I understand that wholeheartedly, as I'm going through this journey with my son. So I understand that wholeheartedly, like for real, for real. So
oh man, boy, that one hit. I see, boy. Oh, I see all kind of thoughts going through. I'm gonna keep it in right now, but yeah, I got it.
Yes, sir.
Oh man.
But man, listen, once again, man, this is a beautiful time. And I just want to say thank you again for taking the time. And for those of you, who didn't catch it in the beginning, make sure that you follow my man. All right. I mean, he's doing some incredible things in the fitness world. I mean, think about it. 25 years of playing ball and only missed one game. So I know I'm gonna be following up a little bit more on you, Herm, in terms of your regimens and your eating and diets, because like I said, man, when I see you and I'm like, man, my man with 50, and I said he is more. I'm sorry, Herm is 50. See that? I'm thinking you already young, way younger than what you are. Hold up, man. 56 in your physique and yo, bro, you look better than the average 30-year-old. Just keep it on 100, man. I didn't even know that.
I appreciate it,
man. So please, man, just tap in. I want to thank you again, my brother.
Oh man, I appreciate it, man. Yo, keep up that work, man, and because I see y'all on there, and we got to keep the basketball. It's going to be what it is, but we still got to make sure they still getting that foundation. And you and some of the others we see all on our Facebook groups is keeping it all the way 100. And I love it, man. So just keep it up. And hey, good luck with the podcast. I'm loving it, man. So you had Stella stand on the episode, man. Keep it up, man. I love it.
Yes, sir. And also, on my next show, I'm gonna post that probably tomorrow. My man Justin Bailey.
Okay. Man,
Justin Bailey. He out in New Zealand. So
he's still out there. Oh man. Ooh.
Yeah, he living out there.
Oh, okay, man. I ain't mad at him at all.
Yep. All right, my brother.
All right, bro.
Thank you.
Have a good one. Much appreciated.
All right, you too.
Definitely
appreciate you likewise. All right, we'll do.